The next educational endeavor came in 1959, a good 11 some years after the 1947 conference, with the establishment of the National Education Commission. What this commission was supposed to look at after 11 years of 1947 was to see what recommendations from those conferences were achieved, what were not, where were we heading, were we on the right track, what changes or modifications should be made to Pakistan's education. After all, we had over a decade to work with the 1947 recommendations. The objectives that this conference set for primary education, they again looked at all pieces of education, and the objectives for primary education were that if a student received primary education, the student would be able to read and write in the language, the medium in which education was being provided. So, primary education was seen as being able to help the student read and write comfortably, not at any great level, but comfortably, fluently, and with ease. It was also meant to promote a child's mental, social, moral, and physical growth. So education at the primary level was seen as being more than just a mental exercise or activity. It was to develop the whole child. Holistic development of children was seen as an objective for primary education. It was also important to create a sense of good citizenship among children. What makes good individuals? What makes good human beings? How can I be a contributing, active member of Pakistan's society? How can I be a literate, educated person that looks at Pakistan society in a constructive manner and does what I have to do to make Pakistan continue on the track to being a constructive society? It was also seen important to create a sense of self-confidence and curiosity. Now, these two terms are important. Self-confidence, I know, and therefore I can do X, Y, Z. But curiosity goes beyond I know. It goes into I can find out. And allowing young people to find out for themselves. And this is at the primary education level. If young minds are made to be curious, are made to ask questions, are made to find out for themselves, education is really of a good quality. To create a passion for hard work in the child, nothing is coming the easy way. Okay, so hard work and struggle was seen as the backbone of being good and showing good results, doing well, as a reward for success was hard work. And no one should shy away from working hard. To equip the child with information and skills, something that we haven't seen in a while in this country. Education had to be two things: information, content, and skills. How and why. The skills were seen as important. And again, for primary education at that time, for someone to recommend that content and information is not just good enough on its own, it has to be coupled with skills. Individuals need skills in the real world, in the job market, in order to be successful. So when you have skills and you have knowledge, or you have knowledge and you have skills, when you have both these things together, you become a much more successful individual. To create a love for physical work and games. So they believed that all work and no play was not going to be good. So you had to learn to love physical work and games. You had to develop physically too. You had to be active. You had to use your muscles and your anatomy for other things while you used your brain to learn.